I am about to reveal one of the greatest experiments around human consciousness. A highly controversial experiment that could change history as we know it. I must warn you that what I am about to tell you will not be easy to assimilate. It will challenge everything you know about spirituality, manifestations, and the law of attraction. In June 1983, the CIA decided to launch one of the most ambitious espionage experiments ever seen during the Cold War. Bringing to life one of the most powerful discovered techniques related to vibration, the human energy field, brain synchronization, and manifestations. In 2003, the US government released a document that exposed all the details about a project, where the CIA experimented with sound frequencies to modify the brainwaves of its agents. The goal was to recreate an elevated state of consciousness, and in this way, they would be able to transcend non-physical aspects of reality in order to spy on the Soviets and other enemies of the government. I know you may be skeptical, but in a few moments you will have access to the evidence that proves that this experiment was 100% real. Evidence that you can corroborate on the official website of the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States of America. According to the CIA report, the practical uses of the technique were not limited to the field of espionage. They also moved into the field of goal manifestation, energy conversion for healing the body, and even out-of-body experiences, to access new information. Information that can be the key to understanding how manifestations, awakening of consciousness, and spiritual healing really work. From now on, I want to promise you something. If you stay until the end of this presentation, I will show you, and give you these secret techniques that have been hidden from the public for years, so that you can start applying them today. Techniques that will allow you to break all the energy blocks in your life to release your bioenergy. When this happens, you will be able to turn off a switch that is located in a little-known corner of the brain, which is possibly preventing your vibrations and energy from rising and preventing you from bringing those desires that you have tried to manifest for so long into reality. Finally, today you will get the scientific explanation of why your manifestations are not working. You may be missing 1% of the information that I am about to give you today. The amazingly powerful technique to raise your consciousness and release your bioenergy is the missing ingredient of what is commonly known as the law of attraction. Something that the famous physicist and mathematician, Albert Einstein, identified more than a century ago, and claimed was the key to understanding how the universe worked. This brief presentation will be highly controversial, as it will test many of your beliefs, by showing you things that you did not see as possible before. Things that science, and even the CIA, demonstrated in 1983 based on fundamental principles of modern physics, quantum mechanics, and neuroscience. Information that could be the revelation of the century. At this moment you may be wondering who I am. This is not as important as what I am willing to share with you. But for now, you can call me Arthur. I am 68 years old, and my story begins on the day my wife decided to take her own life. The memories of what happened after I found her in the bathtub are quite confusing. For 2 years I suffered from chronic depression, and during a nervous breakdown, I also tried to end my life. So I had no choice but to go somewhere where I could find healing for my pain. Something that would end up embarking me on a spiritual journey to Kasar Devi, a Buddhist temple located between Nepal and India. I don't know if you knew this, but Kasar is everything but a commonplace on Earth, mainly because it is located on the Van Allen belt. This belt is a region of the Earth where large amounts of charged energy particles are concentrated, which surround the Earth's electromagnetic field. According to several scientific articles and even NASA itself, these places become ideal for raising the body's energy vibration by synchronizing our own frequency with that of the Earth, allowing elevated states of consciousness. That's why I chose Kasar as my place of spiritual healing. To my surprise, the first thing I saw when I arrived were mobile NASA research camps. According to the locals, this place has been the subject of experiments for decades thanks to the fascinating mystery surrounding its electromagnetic fields. I remember that 7 scientists, blonde and tall, between 45 and 53 years old, were housed in the camps. These people were quite cold and sharp. They only spoke among themselves and were hardly seen sharing with other people. One day while we were doing a meditation practice near their camp, the main monk invited the scientists to participate in a partner exercise. They accepted, and by chance of fate, I had to do the exercise with one of the scientists. The exercise had to do with the most painful moment we had gone through in our lives. To our surprise, we both coincided in having lost our wives under quite tragic conditions. It was so emotional for both of us that we created a bond and became great friends from that day on. For security reasons, I cannot expose the name of that scientist, but in this presentation, I will call him Charles. During my 3rd month in Kasar, my anxiety attacks returned and I felt that being there was not working for me. Despite being in a magical place, I still felt pain in my soul. Charles told me that not all methods work for everyone. Possibly meditation wasn't for me, but there could be another way to help me, so he took some headphones out of his pocket, played a melody and told me to listen to it. Just by listening to 7 minutes of these frequencies, which were quite strange and somewhat robotic, was enough to calm me down all day. For 23 consecutive days, Charles made me listen to these sounds day and night, and the change that it produced in me with just 15 minutes a day was strange. I began to have very vivid intuitions, as well as out-of-body experiences while meditating. Insomnia and anxiety attacks disappeared, which allowed me to start seeing life as a gift instead of torture. My only rational explanation for my change was the audios that Charles had shown me. After 5 months, Charles finally decided to reveal the secret behind these frequencies. He confessed to me that his research in Kasar was not based on a simple exploration by NASA, but on finishing an investigation that the CIA had initiated in the 1980s. An investigation that had been archived and discarded as a national security secret by former President Ronald Reagan. This investigation contained such a certain truth that NASA and the new government decided to unarchive it to continue studying it. Since Kasar was a breach of the Van Allen belt, it became a perfect place to study how the electromagnetic field, vibrations and frequency affect the corporal, cerebral and spiritual physiology of human beings. This is the moment in the story where I am about to reveal to you the secret that can change your life. In the 70s, in the heat of the Cold War, the U.S. intelligence agency began receiving information that the Soviet Union was developing a new and powerful weapon against them. The Soviets began recruiting men and women who claimed to have extrasensory perception capabilities to help uncover military intelligence secrets from the enemy. Faced with the possible threat posed by the Soviet Union, U.S. intelligence agencies did not lag behind and began deploying a similar offensive. What I just mentioned may sound crazy, even ridiculous to believe, but it actually happened. In 2017, the CIA declassified 12 million pages full of records that revealed details of hundreds of projects and investigations related to extrasensory perception and espionage. When the program was closed in 1995, psychics known as remote viewers had participated in many secret operations, from locating hostages kidnapped by Islamic terrorist groups to tracking fugitive criminals within the United States. This project was the reason why NASA was researching in Kasar. Clearly, NASA does not believe in telepathic things and mind readings, but it does believe in how the energy and electromagnetic fields of the Earth can affect the bioenergy of the body in brain waves. According to Charles, the project that had given rise to his visit was known as the Gateway Project. The Gateway Project was a training system designed to provide greater strength, focus and coherence to the amplitude and frequency of brain wave output between the left and right hemispheres. This was done with the aim of altering consciousness, taking it out of the physical aspect and thus, freeing it from the restrictions of time and space. When Charles explained this to me, I didn't understand anything at all. So I don't blame you if you feel the same way. In simple terms, Charles explained to me that the Gateway experiment used sound frequencies to manipulate brain waves, with the aim of creating an altered state of consciousness, in which a person can interact with non-physical aspects of reality. According to the CIA, the practical uses of the technique included manifesting goals, converting energy to heal the body and even out-of-body visions of the future. This experiment was 100% real, and lasted more than 20 years hidden, until it was declassified to the public. To be able to read the research, it is as easy as going to Google. Type in the search bar the word CIA Reading Room, which is the official page where the CIA archives its documents. Click on the first link that appears. Go to the search bar and type, Gateway Experiment. Then click on the first article. And you will see 29 pages that describe and narrate one of the most powerful techniques ever discovered related to vibration, human energy field, brain synchronization and manifestations. Possibly, at this moment you are wondering, if this is as incredible as it seems, why doesn't anyone talk about it? What I am going to present to you in these next 5 minutes could be the answer to why the law of attraction, Tesla frequencies, and other techniques that you have tried to manifest and create the life of your dreams, are not working. You will understand what is the way forward to be able to release your bioenergy, raise your consciousness, synchronize your hemispheres and manifest correctly the intentions that you want to recreate in this physical plane of reality. Continuing with the story, the author of the report that I just showed you is Lieutenant Colonel Wayne M. McDonnell, whom we will refer to as Wayne from now on. In 1983, Wayne was assigned the task of finding out how hemisphere synchronization, astral projection, out-of-body experiences, and manifestations worked for espionage purposes. In the first part of the report, Wayne mentions that he experimented with 3 techniques to get his agents to raise their consciousness and leave the physical plane, in order to spy on the Soviets. The techniques used were hypnosis, transcendental meditation, and biofeedback. These states were induced through a series of frequencies that inhibit and activate certain areas of the cerebral cortex. Frequencies that I will tell you about in a moment. According to the report, the 3 techniques did not work as a spy tool, but they did bring surprising results. Several of the agents tested reported having increased their mental concentration, coherence, and physical strength. Likewise, they began to manifest déjà vus about what they were experiencing. Many reported having lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences. Others related that in their personal and economic life everything was going suspiciously well. It was as if they proclaimed that something was going to happen, and it happened. These techniques turned out to be quite effective in improving the cognitive, physical, and emotional aspects of the agents. As they continued with the investigations, the CIA realized that these states increased when the frequency in Hz of the left hemisphere was very similar to the frequency of the right hemisphere. Based on this, the CIA began to deduce that there could be a relationship between the synchronization of frequencies of the brain hemispheres and the states previously reported by the agents. Some time later, the CIA would be certain that the synchronization of the brain hemispheres could be the answer to the great enigma related to consciousness and non-physical experiences. What I just mentioned to you may be the missing ingredient for which you are having problems expanding your consciousness, releasing your bioenergy, and manifesting your desires. Lieutenant Wayne, realizing that neither hypnosis, nor transcendental meditation, nor biofeedback were the cause of these results, developed a 4th technique that he called Gateway, which consists of achieving a state of elevated consciousness by making the electrical patterns of the brain of both hemispheres equal in amplitude and frequency. In a few moments I will give you access to these sounds, so wait patiently. To achieve this, Wayne relied on the research of Robert Monroe, a scientist who in the 1950s began to present evidence that certain sound patterns had visible effects on humans. These included alertness, sensations of euphoria and peace, and elevated states of consciousness. The CIA discovered that Monroe registered the first of several patents on audio techniques designed to stimulate brain functions until the left and right hemispheres are synchronized. He named this process Hemisync, or hemispheric synchronization, affirming that it could be used to promote mental well-being or to trigger an elevated state of consciousness and frequency. Based on Monroe's frequencies, the United States Intelligence Agency would begin to develop the Gateway Project. According to the CIA, the brain operates at a beta frequency when fully awake and at a theta frequency when sleeping. If a subject is presented with a frequency similar to that of their brain waves, researchers can trick the brain into switching from beta to theta. The Hemisync introduces a frequency in the left ear that is 10 Hz higher than the one introduced in the right ear. When listening to both different frequencies, it tries to stabilize this at a single level. As soon as the heart rate frequency is reached, along with the sound called Hemisync, the left hemisphere relaxes and the subject enters a state of virtual sleep, while aligning the brain patterns in both hemispheres. This allows the human being to change their own consciousness. The state of virtual sleep also reduces a person's heart rate while increasing the frequency of brain wave output, which, according to McDonald, creates a vibratory system throughout the body that synchronizes with the Earth's energy continuum, a frequency between 6.8 and 7.5 Hz. Charles confessed to me that the reason why NASA was in Kasar was because they were looking to revive the Gateway experiment. According to them, Kasar could be the key to understanding once and for all how to access non-physical planes of reality. The frequencies of the Gateway experiment were indispensable for NASA, because according to them, if the hemispheres are not synchronized, it is difficult to raise consciousness. Only when the brain synchronizes its hemispheres and creates that vibratory system that synchronizes the body with the frequency of the Earth, only then can the results exposed by the CIA be observed. In the world of spirituality, this is known as releasing bioenergy. Charles explained to me that this method could currently help to eliminate past traumas. Have you heard that trauma is stored in the cells of the body? Charles asked me. His question took me by surprise. Charles explained to me that the #1 authority on trauma, a Dutch researcher named Bessel van der Kolk, author of the bestseller, The Body Keeps Its Marks, affirms that traumas, painful events, and negative experiences are stored not only in our memories but also in the cells of our body. Charles at this point explained to me about epigenetics, which are traumas stored in the cells of the body, which are transmitted from one generation to another. He told me about an experiment carried out by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, in which they took a group of mice and paired the aromas of cherry blossoms with a slightly painful electric shock. Finally, when the mice smelled the cherry blossoms, they froze, anticipating the shock they would receive. Subsequently, the researchers tested it on their offspring, going as far as the 6th generation. The smell of cherry blossoms scared mice that had not yet experienced electric shocks. The descendants of these mice had a genetic memory of trauma. Charles told me that the sounds that the CIA used in the Gateway experiment are the answer for eliminating our past traumas. The body, when in the vibratory state, produces brain synchronization. From there, it begins to emit a series of frequencies that directly affect the brain cells that store tragic memories. When traumas are eliminated, energy blockages are released and our emotions are regulated. In fact, this is what is commonly known in Tibetan and Hindu culture as the release of chakras. After a rather extensive talk, Charles revealed to me that the audios he had been sharing with me for 23 days were the same as those of the CIA's Gateway experiment. That was the reason why I was feeling energetic, peaceful and calm lately. The sounds were the reason why I was starting to have déjà vus and out-of-body experiences, and why I was experiencing intuitions or hunches about the future. He also confessed to me that he had been administering a series of frequencies to decalcify my pineal gland. Charles explained to me that the CIA also experimented with sounds to decalcify the pineal gland, because according to them, this organ that is located in the middle of the brain is the antenna that transmits our frequency to the universe. According to the Gateway report, having a healthy pineal gland could help raise consciousness and manifest goals more accurately. The problem is that the vast majority of the world's population has this gland calcified or atrophied. According to the medical journal Radiology, it is estimated that 40% of the world's population experiences some calcification of the pineal gland by the age of 17. This affects the production of melatonin and is very present in most patients with Alzheimer's. Many cultures believe that the pineal gland is our little power center, the divine part that is within us, to be able to connect with the cosmic energy of the universe. The door that connects this dimension with other dimensions. Knowing how to stimulate it, you can awaken a series of faculties that are dormant. Amazed by all this information, I asked Charles. If we all have this gland, which provides tremendous benefits, why are we surrounded by miserable people, suffering to survive, working as slaves and suffering from depression and anxiety? Charles replied that this slavery is mainly due to the fact that some very powerful entities have used strategies for years to calcify the pineal gland as a mechanism of control over the population. In the late 1990s, a scientist named Jennifer Luke demonstrated that fluoride, a compound found in our toothpaste, calcifies the gland and makes it ineffective for balancing hormonal processes throughout the body. This compound destroys our ability to connect to higher frequencies and unlock our potential. Incredibly, sodium fluoride is placed in 90% of the water supply in the United States. The CIA sought ways to decalcify the pineal gland because they understood that having this atrophied gland could prevent psychic spies from using their mental powers to the fullest. However, after the Gateway project was unarchived, NASA in collaboration with the U.S. Neuroscience Institute managed to develop a technique to deatrophy and stimulate this great organ. The results were surprising. According to NASA, when this gland was stimulated, the test subjects reported having vivid intuitions. It was as if the universe spoke to them. Their intelligence increased, and several of them, after leaving NASA, became quite financially successful. Charles told me that the technique to decalcify the pineal gland was inspired by a technique of medicine known as lithotripsy, a procedure that uses shock waves to break up stones in the kidney and parts of the ureter. The lithotripsy technique alone is not enough to stimulate the pineal gland. So the NASA scientists very wisely combined it with a type of longitudinal electromagnetic waves known as scalar energy. When two sound frequencies with opposite energies are put into shock, a neutral energy is produced. This neutral energy, combined with lithotripsy, creates a sound frequency that helps to decalcify and stimulate the pineal gland in a localized way, without damaging other parts of the brain. When the pineal gland is stimulated, it enters a gamma brain wave pattern. In this way, the pineal creates improved versions of melatonin and benzodiazepine. You start to relax much more, and anxiety attacks, sadness, and nervousness disappear. In spiritual terms, stimulating the pineal gland will allow you to produce higher levels of DMT, a natural chemical compound known as the molecule of God, called so because of its ability to create deeply spiritual experiences. When the pineal gland is stimulated and higher levels of DMT are secreted, meditations tend to be deeper. The senses are sharpened, the love for life increases, and anxiety and sadness are eradicated. According to NASA and Neuroscience Institute research, it was proven that listening to 10 minutes a day of these frequencies brought promising results to the test subjects in just 7 days. What I am telling you, Charles had to explain it to me over several days because this kind of information requires time to process. So I don't judge you if you feel overwhelmed right now. To finish my story with Charles, the biggest lesson I learned from him is that people fail to raise their consciousness and manifest what they want in life because they have their energy mechanisms blocked. How do you expect to transmit vivid manifestations to the universe if your hemispheres are not synchronized, if you do not vibrate with the frequency of the earth, if you do not know how to raise your consciousness, or if you have an atrophied pineal gland? To be able to manifest the life of your dreams, you have to unlock these mechanisms, and in 3 minutes I will give you the possibility to do so. Returning to the story of Kasar, I could only stay 2 more months in that amazing place. My savings ran out and I had no choice but to go home. As a last farewell gift, Charles gave me the frequencies on cassette from the CIA's Gateway experiment to synchronize the brain hemispheres and match the vibration with that of the Earth. He also gave me the audios created by NASA to stimulate the pineal gland. He told me that I could never contact him again. I had to forget about him, because if the government found out what he had done, we could end up in jail, or even much worse. According to him, there are very powerful people who do not benefit from this secret being revealed to the public. This information is classified as military intelligence, information that has been and will be used as a weapon of control for governments. They are willing to kill to keep this secret, so use it very carefully. Those were Charles' last words to me. At this point, you will understand why I could not reveal my real name to you at the beginning of the presentation. When I returned home, amazing things happened. It was something inexplicable. It was as if the universe guided me or indicated what to do to have what I had manifested in Kasar. For a long time, I had the feeling of wanting to share these audios with more people, but I couldn't fail Charles. The risk we both ran was quite high. It would be 3.5 years after my experience in Kasar, when a very mysterious envelope arrived at my house. Afraid I read it. The envelope contained the following message: no matter the consequences, reveal everything. Charles. I never knew how Charles managed to find out where my house was, but there is no doubt that it was definitely him. From the day I received the letter, I set myself the purpose of life to help eradicate suffering from the world. It would be selfish and mean to have information that can help millions of people, and not reveal it for fear of the consequences. My goal with this presentation is to give you the frequencies and meditations that allowed me, Charles, and a select group of people to eliminate loneliness, scarcity, fear, disease, and poverty. To start having stronger and more rewarding relationships, greater economic abundance, and a healthy lifestyle. These frequencies have proven to be the key to removing the energy blocks that have prevented you from manifesting the life you want. This is the missing ingredient that the law of attraction needs to actually work. Do you understand now why this could be the revelation of the century? Einstein once said that the medicine of the future will be the medicine of frequencies, and I totally agree with him. More and more science shows that mental disorders in many cases are caused by alterations in the brain's biochemistry. The data from the scientific literature suggest that certain frequencies may have therapeutic potential in balancing brain neurotransmitters. I don't know if you knew this, but science has shown that the lower the frequency of the body, the higher the probability of suffering from diseases. When I decided to share this knowledge, at first I was afraid that people would take me as a crazy person. At first, I started sharing these frequencies with friends and family, and those who decided to take a leap of faith. The people who trusted me, and had an open mind to try this method, started having amazing results. As the news spread, more and more people came asking for my help. That's why I decided to make this knowledge available to more people by publishing it on the internet. But knowing that they will soon manage to take this page off the web. Before I give you the frequencies of the Gateway experiment, and the NASA frequencies, you must absolutely guarantee that you will follow these 2 simple rules. First, if you really want to have access to these hidden principles of manifestation, you must promise me that they will only be used for moral and ethical purposes. These methods must never be used to harm, injure or support malicious causes. Second, if you want to experience real change, then you must be part of those who actually take action, following the method step by step. Now I have to be honest with you. Unfortunately, I can't share these mystical and hidden principles with everyone. I try not to draw attention, and I know I'm taking huge risks by revealing this information. That's why this video will be online only for a very short period of time. In other words, once I reach the maximum limit of 150 candidates, this video will be programmed to be removed from the internet forever. What I offer you today is classified knowledge that only the United States military intelligence and NASA possess. Raising my consciousness allowed me to find economic, emotional and sentimental security, thanks to the power of materialization. Now I imagine that you will want to know how it works. To release the flow of energy, abundance and prosperity in your life, you must correctly synchronize your brain hemispheres and your pineal gland. In addition to eliminating the traumas that prevent your vibrations from flowing properly. I know you are excited to start, but I must warn you that doing it without a precise plan would be like looking for the exit of a maze. That's why I decided to compile the step-by-step of what I learned on my trip to Kasar, in a training titled, Alpha BioCode. This is a training that consists of 7 phases. Phase 1, Detachment. In this stage, the frequencies that I will give you will not completely eliminate negative emotions, but rather transform them into a new form of energy. Nothing will stop the powerful feeling of security and love that will envelop you. Phase 2, Harmonization. From this moment on, you will start a journey to synchronize your brain hemispheres, which will allow you to enter a vibratory state by aligning your vibration to the frequency of the Earth. Your brain waves will start to emit a frequency between 6.8 and 7.5 Hz. Harmony, peace, and tranquility will be present day and night. You will feel that everything flows suspiciously well. Phase 3, Decalcification and Stimulation. As you begin to stimulate the pineal gland, your sleep state will improve significantly. You will be more sensitive to the vibrations of nature and animals. By fixing your natural antenna, the signals that the universe has for you will begin to intensify. So don't resist what happens. This is part of awakening the third eye. Phase 4, Perception. You will start to have lucid dreams, constant déjà vus, and out-of-body experiences. Don't worry if you start to feel things, it's part of the process. Trust what the divine source has prepared for you. Likewise, your ego will decrease, also, your perception of the world will expand, and the illusions of this material world will crumble. Phase 5, Visualization. Your consciousness will expand to unimaginable levels. Manifestations will begin to occur naturally. At first the universe will give you what you need, then it will give you what you want. Abundance, love, and financial tranquility are close. Phase 6, Intuition. By stimulating the pineal gland, your intuition will sharpen. At this point you will understand that intuitions are the natural way that the universe has to guide you to fulfill your desires. In this part the universe will not hand you what you want, it will guide you and give you signs to motivate you to take action and get closer to your deepest desires. Here you must keep in mind that without action, nothing will happen. Phase 7, Ascension. Bioenergy will flow through your whole body and inexplicable things will happen. For now I can't tell you more, as it depends on you to discover what happens in this stage. The training, in addition to giving you access to the frequencies classified by the CIA and NASA, will provide you with guidance to maximize your results. With this guidance, you will learn how the brain works, in order to channel it towards manifesting the economic and spiritual abundance that you want. You will also learn how to condition your mental programs, which are contaminated by default. Do you remember what I said about epigenetics? As if that were not enough, I will teach you how to interpret the signs of the universe and the divine source. Many times, these signs manifest themselves through signs, and if you are able to interpret them correctly, the chances of getting on track to fulfill your manifestations increase tremendously. With this program you will understand that you do not need to read extensive books, take courses, or attend seminars. All you have to do is listen. Let the sound do its work. Without any effort, the universe will do the work for you. And what does the program include? First, the program includes a basic training, where you will work on the 3 learning channels, auditory, visual, kinesthetic, with the aim that the information is lodged in the unconscious and you can translate it more easily into your life. With imperceptible binaural sounds I will alter your brain waves to make it easier to reach the alpha brain state. In the training I will teach you what this is. For now, I will tell you that studies show that achieving these states improve learning ability, memory, visualization, creativity, and concentration. Our auditory system works constantly, and even if we are asleep, we will take this new information directly to our brain consciously, to focus on the things that are useful for our process. Basically this simple training aims to help you eliminate and enhance internal conversations, design new habits, purify paradigms and limiting beliefs, get to know your bio software, among other things, that for now I will keep in order to motivate you to take action. Second, you will have exclusive access to the audios of the Gateway experiment created by the CIA. This is the most amazing gift that I will be giving you. Once you manage to synchronize your brain hemispheres, and manage to match your brain waves with the frequencies of the Earth, your bioenergy will be released at enormous levels. You will start to see that, more easily, those desires that you saw as impossible, begin to become possible. Third, thanks to the NASA experiments, you will finally be able to stimulate your pineal gland. By combining scalar energy techniques with lithotripsy, a sound frequency is created that helps to decalcify and stimulate the pineal gland in a localized way, without damaging other parts of the brain. The pineal gland functions as an antenna that sends and receives frequencies. When stimulated, interference disappears. The power and speed with which abundance manifestations are sent to the universe are increased. You will never feel again that the universe is not listening to your desires. Now, what is special about these frequencies? Is it possible to find them on YouTube or elsewhere on the internet? The answer is no. They are audios classified as a military intelligence weapon, which are not available to the public. Sound engineers have shown that if these frequencies ever become available on the internet on YouTube, they will never retain the original frequency, not even a tenth of it. Usually the frequencies found on the web, such as those on YouTube, are formats that tend to be in MP3 or MP4. This type of format has a big drawback, and that is that it tends to fractionate the sound. It is confirmed that these frequencies, when not listened to in their full amplitude, do not bring the desired results. This explains why possibly, the sounds that you usually find on the internet or on YouTube about the Tesla frequencies, the binaural sounds, and more audios of this style are not working or bringing you results. The frequencies that I will give you are in a format with a technology based on artificial intelligence, where the sound will be continuous and never fragmented, thus increasing your results 10 times more. Today I am certain about something. If you are one of those who has come this far, you are one of those who really take action. But you should know that without the help of this training, your path to spiritual realization, prosperity, and abundance can take much longer than expected. Do you really want to wait years to see results, or will you decide to do something different, and start seeing results in a few hours? I know you have made a great effort to listen to me and I thank you sincerely. For that reason, in addition to the training and the main audios from the CIA and NASA, I want to give you a series of bonuses. But wait, in moments, a button will appear below this video, so you can start experiencing the changes you need. However, before revealing the button and before discussing the bonuses, I want you to know that despite this program containing highly valuable classified secrets, with great healing potential, it won't cost $3,000, or $2,000, or even $200 for less than the cost of a pair of shoes. Today I will share with you one of the most powerful tools for awakening consciousness in the history of mankind. For this reason, you must stay and listen to the deal I will be making today. The first bonus is a series of sounds and meditations that will help open your 7 chakras, so that bioenergy flows more intensely. Ever felt like you're running on empty, even after a good night's sleep? Picture this, a bonus guide that turns that around. It's all about opening your 7 chakras, the energy hubs of your body. Imagine feeling like a well-oiled machine, energy flowing like a powerful river, from the moment you open your eyes till you hit the pillow. The second bonus is a manual where I explain in detail what the Gateway project consisted of. This meticulously detailed exploration transcends the mundane, cracking open the enigma of physical holograms and astral planes. Imagine holding the keys to a hidden universe, where reality bends and space-time blurs. It's like being a cosmic voyager, probing the secrets of existence. This guide takes you on a mind-expanding journey, making the abstract tangible, the mystical logical. Uncover the profound layers of your reality and beyond, a metaphysical odyssey awaits. The third bonus will be a manual that will teach you how to manifest and visualize correctly. This guide is the missing pinch that is not present in the book, The Secret. This manual offers a dynamic blueprint to perfectly visualize and manifest your desires. Imagine crystallizing dreams into reality, transforming fleeting thoughts into tangible success. Envision your goals, not as distant stars, but as within arm's reach. This guide is the catalyst that fuels your transformation from dreamer to achiever. Empower yourself, shape your destiny, and make the universe your ally. The secret is out, it's time to embrace your potential. The fourth bonus that I will give you will be a manual called Signals. A manual that will teach you how to interpret the signs and messages that the universe sends you. This extraordinary guide unveils 15 hidden, often counterintuitive signs, empowering you to tap into the universe's subtle messages. Imagine reading life like a book, understanding every symbol, every hint with ease. From a fleeting synchronicity to an unexpected event, nothing will seem random again. Prepare for delightful surprises as you decode the cosmic code, transforming the mystifying into the enlightening. The universe is speaking, are you ready to listen? The fifth bonus is a dive into an ethereal realm with theta waves of astral projection, your sonic passport to out-of-body experiences. This bonus unveils the transformative power of theta waves, a unique frequency inviting you to transcend physical confines. Imagine liberating your consciousness, exploring unseen dimensions while comfortably nestled at home. Like a lucid dream, but more vivid, more immersive. With these sonic keys, you're not just existing, but evolving, shifting from a terrestrial being to an astral voyager. Elevate your experiences, transcend your limitations, the cosmos awaits your arrival. The sixth bonus is called Unlock Classified Truths with the Complete Gateway Files, an unprecedented collection of original, even yet to be declassified CIA reports on the Gateway project. Step into an exclusive circle of privacy to revelations so potent, they promise to reshape this century's narrative. This isn't just a bonus, it's a key to a hidden vault of secrets shared by Charles, secrets too sensitive for public exposure. Imagine holding the future's most fascinating revelations in your hands today. Prepare to be the keeper of truths that will astound generations. Welcome to the inner circle. Rest assured, within a few years this classified truth will be one of the most fascinating revelations of the century. These last 6 bonuses could have a market value of more than $1,769, but today you will take them completely free. With everything I will give you, you will not need more. You will have everything you need to embark on a spiritual life full of abundance, wealth, health and love. Why wait months or years to manifest your best life, when there is no need to wait? Now I want to ask you a question. How much would you be willing to pay to enjoy total financial and spiritual freedom? Wouldn't you pay at least $2,000? You can rest assured that today I will not ask you for $2,000, not even $500. I am doing everything possible to make sure that those who are lucky enough to enter this unique program are permanently safe. And that's why I decided to offer you the training at just a fraction of its value. From this moment on, you will find a button below this video that will allow you to start experiencing the changes you need. So, click it. If you also want to hear about the satisfaction guarantee that I will provide, stay a little longer. The truth is, the price I will give you is not even close to what it should really cost, considering that it is information that less than 1% of the Earth's population knows. This information could be quite expensive. I'm not looking to get rich from this. I'm not here to profit. Today I decided to put a relatively low price on the training, just to allow me to cover the hosting costs on the web, and the advertising costs on social networks, which by the way are increasingly expensive. It is very important that you understand that my motive is not to profit, but to help. I want to be the bridge to make this world a better place. Literally, for the same price of a romantic date for 2 people in a nice restaurant, with appetizer, main course and dessert, you will have access to a training that will help you transform the pain that you are currently experiencing into your greatest source of financial and spiritual abundance. All I'm asking for is a one-time payment, for the price you'll find below this video. Along with the price, you can see a button that takes you to a secure payment page, where you can choose how to make the investment, and you will receive immediate access to the training. I can't leave this information for free on the internet. By making it paid, I will have control over who can and who cannot access these secrets. I remind you that only a limited number of people will have access to these secrets. As I had mentioned, as soon as the program reaches the number of 47 candidates, this video is scheduled to be removed from the web. So possibly, this may be the last time my advertising in this presentation comes out. When you click on the button below, you will be redirected to a secure page of Hotmart, a totally reliable payment gateway. This platform uses one of the most advanced technologies in the world in data encryption, which will allow you to have total certainty that your data is 100% secure. Hotmart shares the same technology used by large sites such as Amazon, Walmart and Apple. In short, this is everything you will get if you make the decision now. Because I am sure that this program will give you the results that I promise you, and because I want to eliminate all the barriers that might prevent you from making this investment, I want to secure your results with a 100% money-back triple guarantee during the first 7 days after the purchase. I call it the triple guarantee of the universe's signal. Here's how it works. Within 24 hours of saying yes to the training, and clicking on the button below, I guarantee that you will receive an unmistakable sign from the universe, indicating that you are on the right track. All I ask is that you do not miss this guaranteed opportunity that I am giving you to manifest the life of your dreams and see an incredible sign from the universe in the next 24 hours. And if you don't see this clear and unequivocal sign, all you have to do is send me an email to this address and I will immediately refund every penny of your investment in less than 24 hours. There will be no questions or quizzes. If you are not satisfied with the result, or if you do not receive great signs from the universe, I refuse to take any part of your money. They say out there that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. It was not until I lost my wife that I decided to make the decision to change my life. Honestly, if you don't feel ready it's okay, but keep in mind that I'm taking all the risk for you, so you have nothing to lose. It's as easy as sending me an email to this address, and in 24 hours you will get 100% of your money back. In this triple guarantee of the universe's signal, if you don't see changes within yourself, if you don't feel that you're healing, or even if you simply don't like the platform where the course is hosted, or the typography used in any of the bonuses, I will give you your money back. As soon as you make the purchase, you will immediately receive an email with access to the training and its respective bonuses. It's that easy and simple. Committed to being completely honest, I need to emphasize that this opportunity will not be available forever. This golden opportunity is fleeting. When the 47 places are filled, this page will go off the air. I already had to do that once in the past, and I know that several people were angry when they saw that they missed the opportunity to enter this training, and for that reason, you will need to be quick. Click on the button below before someone else takes your place. Remember, if it doesn't work, you have a 7-day guarantee. How do you expect to create abundance if you don't take a leap of abundance? Most people don't act, and if you really want to live an extraordinary life, you shouldn't do what most people would do. So don't miss this unique opportunity to change your life while you can. Say goodbye once and for all to your old life, and click on the button below before someone else takes your place. Dare to leap into abundance, don't mirror the inaction of the masses. This is your chance to shed the old, and embrace the extraordinary. As for me, I'll be waiting for you on the other side to help you start this adventure.